So this week I went on my Instagram and asked you guys to ask me any of your weight loss questions because I wanted to do kind of a series of answering all these questions again because I keep getting the same ones over and over, and I feel like it's really helpful for me to just keep making videos about it. So I have probably 30 questions that I picked from the 150 comments or whatever, and I'm gonna be discussing those over the next few weeks. So I'll probably do like 2 or 3 a week. So stay tuned for that. Today's question though is, does everyone experience a weight gain switching to a high carb, low fat vegan diet before they see weight loss? From a guy outside. So the majority of people coming from a standard American diet or being overweight or having like normal eating patterns and just being overweight from having a shitty diet are going to lose weight when they come to a high carb, low fat vegan diet if they do it correctly. I'm not going to get into people who come from a passive restriction or are underweight or who have had eating disorders because obviously those people probably need to gain weight and it's healthy for them to gain weight. But in this video, I want to talk specifically about the people who haven't had any, restriction or eating disorders or anything like that in the past, and they come to a high carb, low fat vegan diet and they gain a bunch of weight. The number one reason that people gain weight when they come to a high carb, low fat vegan diet is because they're eating way too much. And I think in this community, it's promoted to just smash in as many calories as you can, especially when I came to this lifestyle. The way that it was promoted was the more that you eat, the fitter and the leaner that you're gonna be. Because you like see Freely and Harley on YouTube and they're so fit and they're so lean, and back when I first came on, they were, promoting like the Buddha bellies every single night, and Freely was having like 1,000-calorie dinners every single night and just stuffing herself, and it was highly promoted. So if you were around back then, let me know in the comments below. But the perception that people get, is that they need to eat so much more than they did on a standard American diet. And that's true in volume wise. It's not true calorie wise. So if you take someone who is on a standard American diet, who is eating, I don't know, eggs and bacon for breakfast, they're having like some type of a to-go sandwich for lunch, they're having a pasta meat-filled dinner for dinner with their family, and they're eating 2,000 calories a day. And then you take someone who is eating a high carb, low fat vegan diet, who's having, a big smoothie for breakfast, they're having rice and beans for lunch with a bunch of veggies, and then for dinner they're having like a low fat pizza or whatever, something like that, a high carb, low fat dinner, and they're eating 2,000 calories. The person who's on a standard American diet is going to have much more excess weight and health issues, and then the person who is on a high carb, low fat vegan diet on this side. But the problem is that when a lot of people come to this diet, they're, it's promoted that like you have to eat so much more because the caloric density of vegetables and plant foods is obviously a lot lower than the caloric density of animal foods. But that doesn't mean calorie-wise you need to be eating a lot more. Our basal metabolic rate only burns so many calories. We only burn so many calories when we're exercising. And yes, it is true that you can eat much more food on a high carb, low fat vegan diet because the caloric density of those foods is a lot lower. It's not saying that you have to restrict your calories when you come to this lifestyle. Like, that is not what has to happen at all. There's no calorie restriction, but there's a big difference between smashing in 3,000 calories or something ridiculous like that when you're, not very active or just lightly active or even sedentary, and eating until, you're full and you're just satisfied. There's a big difference. So if you're coming from, a standard American diet or a typical diet that you've been eating your entire life, and say you're eating 2,200 calories a day, I would say track the amount of calories that you are eating on this standard typical diet, and then when you come to a plant-based diet, track your calories for the first week or two to get a feel of how much more food it actually is. Because it's not this massive amount of food. It's enough to fill you up, it's enough calories to give you the energy that you need that you had on a standard American diet. It is crucial, I think, when you come to this lifestyle to track your calories just for like a week or two, just to know that you're getting the same amount of calories that you were. And if you follow this advice, you're going to lose weight because you're eating a diet that has, way less hormones, way less animal fats, way less saturated, crappy trans fats and all these other kinds of fats, and you're not clogging up your body with all of those animal products. So So you are definitely going to lose weight. You're going to feel better. Your health is going to improve. You're going to have more energy to get more exercise. You're going to feel better, be happier, and everything is going to be better. And no, I do not think that if you come from a standard typical American diet or whatever diet that you've been eating your whole life and you eat a normal amount of food that you were eating on this diet, on a plant-based diet, that you should gain weight. Like, that should not happen unless you are coming from severe calorie restriction or underweight or some type of eating disorder, but that's not what this video is about. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. Leave your comments in the box below and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.